this other beat.
Mine.
Here we go. One time for J.O.N. J.O.N. on the beat. So I ain't got J.O.N., but I got my man Ryan, man, help me out with the beat. One time for 85 South Show. One time for man Cam in the back. It's time for bed, man. It's time for getting you to bed, man. We got to freestyle one time. Yes. Yes. And welcome back to the 85 South Show. Goffy episode, he in the house show. Carlo Miller, DC Young Fly. Clayton in the cut, Chico Bing, I. Gotta kick the knowledge, gotta kick the jewels. You know back in the day, you know our people rule. Around the world, I'm talking everywhere. Stop and stare, open a book. Gotta look, then you see. Dropping jewels on the screen. 85, it's Moorish now. And Hebrews 2, oh, it's going down. What's happening, man? Come on. Peace, 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 peace. I'm Rami Salam Mel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. And again, much love, much respect to the whole 85 South Show, the whole 85 South crew, DC Young Fly, Clayton, Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, J.O.N., the research department, everybody in the back doing their thing, craft services, you know what I mean? Everybody that's putting it together. As a matter of fact, especially if you're a Moor right now, I want you to pause this video and go to channel85.com right now. Go on the App Store, download the app, channel85.com, go support. I'm going to put a little promo code in the description box, get you a little something off that, you feel me? But go support. You know what I mean? And if you wonder, well, why are you telling me to go support, Rami? What this got to do with Morris? I'm glad you asked. Let's roll the clip.
Sponsored by Bojangles.
Sponsored by Bojangles and TD Jakes. Ain't no TD Jakes behind this.
But on some real shit though, it's Black History Month like a motherfucker. Let's go.
I came on first, man.
This is Black History Month.
We got to change the name though.
Black History.
Black Hebrew Month. Oh! Deep with the fucking Hebrew. You get deep with it.
You a Hebrew?
Yeah, we
I'm
all
a Moor.
are.
Ooh, I'm a Moor.
But the crazy part about it branches off, so
It don't.
it's all good.
I don't even want to say that.
It's all good.
When the white people pulled up over here, it was some niggas already over here.
Over here.
I'm with them. Whatever they was called.
They came before Columbus. Get that book.
Hey,
They came, yep, they called the natives.
Go here with the Olmecs.
My auntie them.
You an Olmec?
A civilization called the Olmecs. The Olmecs, that's just as a name for this very, very early civilization. The earliest known civilization in Mexico. And everyone thought at one time, well, it's just an Indian civilization until 1861. In 1861, a farmer was plowing his field, came across a very strange domed rock, a black rock, and he couldn't dig it out. The more he dug down, the bigger this rock got. Until he dug the entire thing away. It took him weeks to dig it away. And it turned out that he unearthed a 9-foot-high statue of a head, beautifully done, of an African, not an Indian at all the portrayed features of a West African man. From that time until recently now, there have been 11 of these giant stone heads. Let's see, I'll give you an idea how big they are. They're an average, well, there's 11 found now. They're between 6 and 9 feet high, and they weigh 40 tons apiece. They're magnificently carved. While these were being found, more of the Olmec civilization was found, and a temple was discovered that had also the same type of people, these West African people portrayed as kings and warriors. So, when the first archaeologists found these, they says, well, these are probably just blacks that got blown across the sea and were enslaved. But
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But you don't make huge heads portrayed with crowns of your slaves. You know, these were obviously regents, powerful people. How did they get there that long ago? Because those heads are dated to about 3,000 years ago. So far as is known, there was no black civilization then. That came later. It appears that these were sailors and captains working with the Phoenicians. Maybe they jumped ships, maybe they got shipwrecked, but somehow they got along fine with this Olmec community, so much so that they rose to become the leaders of that society. One of the other new things that have been found is that the heads, the black heads of these great Olmec kings, wear a strange kind of headgear. It comes down halfway by the ears and encircles the entire crown of the head. There's nothing like that anyplace else until they found, starting to find now, these old leather crowns that were studded with gold and brass that were used by the early kings of Mali. So only 2 places in the world do the same strange type of crown, amongst the Olmecs in Mexico and West Africa. So here again there's this parallel.
He was Olmecian.
Oh, shut your ass up.
Olmec, man. He Olmec.
You Olmec?
Yeah.
With the heads and shit?
The head. He have
Olmec.
braids sometimes.
And with the big noses, man.
Take it back,
The
man.
Olmecs, son.
Take it
They
back.
had the big noses like that. They had the statues like.
Broad nose. They look like.
We was here first.
They look like Forrest Whitaker.
You know, they like this. What the fuck is
These
like?
Forrest
What
Whitaker
a statue.
And they had the James Evans nose.
James Evans, Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
That's you, man. See,
See, we won't be real black this
Oh,
episode.
we ain't gonna talk
We want
about
to be extra black. I'm talking about
Buddha.
This how black I want this episode
Talk
to be.
about Buddha. With the twist.
Buddha is black in
With the
Japan
twist.
with twists.
He is.
Yes.
For real.
Try to say
Real
it's some
shit?
snails. What? Bantu night.
Even in India with their gods, the blue, it means it's black. They just painted it blue, but they so dark, they're blue. But they're all black. The Indian gods are black. Vishnu,
Talking
all
about
that shit. With the
Gilgamesh?
arms. Not Gilgamesh, man. This is
That's-
real
that's-
shit.
yeah,
Gilgamesh. Yes, sir. He
Black.
like a dangerous place
He
in the
everywhere,
Bible,
man.
You know who else we can't forget about? It's in my genes. It's in my ancestry. The Maroons.
Yeah! That's right.
Most definitely.
Catch me in Rome.
You
I'm
can't be
Roman.
in Europe. No, be Roman.
I'm
Hell
shit.
no. Can't be the Roman.
Shit, I'm
The
being
reason why we
black.
over here,
The
man.
original Romans, you know.
You can't be the Roman.
The
man.
real ones.
Probably the real ones.
The real ones, you know. The one.
Right.
This is my favorite place.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be like this. I saw you 85 South. That was good. That was a good episode. I saw the whole thing.
They love us over there, man.
I said I watched the whole thing.
We popping, we taking over in Africa. Even the people who ain't watching it, they talking about this shit.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much
Shout
it.
out to the whole Africa. The whole,
Cause a motherfucker really bigger than what they show on
the
the
whole.
map.
That's why I said the whole Africa.
The whole
Tanzania.
And even the little islands off the coast.
You know
Yeah.
what
They
the
try to say
original
something.
name of Africa is?
You better tell me if you know.
Kebulon.
What?
Kebulon is the original name. Africa is named
Hold up, say
after
it
a
slow.
Roman emperor.
Say it slow.
Africanus. It's Ikebulon. That's
Kebulon.
the original name of Africa. Ikebulon.
Ikebulon.
Ikebulon. That's the original name. You can look
So we
it
need
up
to
and
stop
shit.
calling it Africa then.
Yeah, Ikebulon.
Is that what y'all
Yeah,
call
it
it?
was
Not
named
say
after
Africa.
Scipio Africanus or something.
You might be changed if y'all acknowledge it.
I'm African. I'm not a Kebulonian, but it's a Kebulon. Africa was a Roman emperor who they named it after, Africanus. That's where Africa comes from.
So if y'all know that, why don't y'all just say that and then we just stop saying Africa? And we just
Man,
gonna
but
tell it
fuck,
Kebulon.
all Africans say Africa. You know how many billions of motherfuckers you gotta change? Damn. Shit, I know. I mean, I say, hey, you a Kebulon. What is that? I'm African.
I guess. We already African American.
And you know,
Kebulon American.
Kebulonian. I mean,
Kebulon.
that would be
They gonna
fucked
like,
up.
what the fuck are you talking about?
You African
Kebulon American.
I would like you to say a Kebulonian American, please.
All right, fuck it. African American.
What are they now? They're changing it again. They've had more goddamn night. Look, Negroes, blacks and colors, and
Niggers.
I just can't keep up with that. And now they want to be Ezekians and
Porch monkeys, spear
it's too much.
fucking mind fuckers.
Listen, why don't we just keep it simple and call them what they really are? Niggers.
It's
God damn.
Nigeria's damn near spelt.
Can we just call them niggers?
Nigger area.
I remember when they didn't mind it.
What'd you say?
I remember when it didn't bother them. They weren't mad.
They weren't mad.
They weren't mad.
Oh, shit.
He said, I remember when they didn't mind.
They didn't care.
They knew their place.
Then that damn rap music started making them think that, we're all bad.
Nigga is stupid, bro.
Rap made him think.
Yo, man. Once again, shout out to the 85 South Show. Go check out the Godfrey episode, channel85.com. Go to get some merch. I'm waiting on the jersey. You know what I mean? One time for Beast Mode. You know what I mean? They got me right with this one. You feel me? But I'm waiting on the 85 South jersey to bring back. You feel me? I love them. Anyways, let me drop some knowledge. I got to drop a little jewel on. You know what I mean? Just a little, just to add on. We got to add on the bill. You know how Moors do. And we're going to pull up. You can go check this out for yourself. worldatlas.com. You know what I mean? What was the original name of Africa? Let's see. It says, according to experts that research the history of the African continent, the original ancient name of Africa was Akibulan. This name translates to the mother of mankind or the Garden of Eden. Oh my goodness, one time. Akibulan is an extremely old word and its origins are indigenous. Many nations in Africa use this word, including the Ethiopians, Nubians, Moors, and Numidians. Hey man, don't believe me. Check it out for yourself. Get some education, you know what I mean? Get some knowledge. Check out the 85 South Show. Get some laughs in you, you know what I mean? Gets good for your soul. Check out all of them if you see them live. Yeah, I'm gonna just close it up, man, because they didn't already said everything needs to be said. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let an elder go ahead and close it out, because I know it's a few. Our people, our people, you always got a few that got something to say. Well, I ain't trying to call myself a Hebrew. I ain't calling myself a Moor. Well, just kick back. Let's listen to the elder, one of the people that I study from, and I didn't call for wisdom and guidance. Let's check out the wise elder. One time for respect, humbly. Elder Kaba Hiawatha Kamane. All right, peace and love, y'all.
My next question was this. A lot of times we have, disagreements or different perspectives about the transatlantic slave trade. I wanted to know, what was your perspective on that? Like, do you feel like, are the numbers correct? I was watching the old video, for instance, and it was Dr. Clark on there, and he was like, it was tens of millions, and Dr. Ben backed him up. He said it was tens of millions, but you have some people that feel like that didn't happen at all, and they discount it. So I just wanted to know, what was your perspective on Africans being taken from Africa and brought to America as slaves?
My concept is they're all right. They are all correct. They were the first human beings to come to the American continent were the Twa and Mbuti. There were 5 that we have counted so far, scientifically, migrations to the American continent: North, South, Central, and the Caribbean. And the first 3 were clearly pigment-wise, culture-wise, African. The next 2 basically were somewhat Asian, if we want to call it that. You had the Paleo-American, or the Twa and Mbuti, you had the Clovis Folsom, and you had the Algonquin, all African. Varying forms, different times they came in waves. Thousands of years separated these migrations. The next one was the Inuit, or who we call the Eskimo. And the final one was the Asian, who was invading the Mongol invasions of Asia. And they came down into Canada, Alaska, and North America. So that when you're looking at the different migrations, there are some of us that I am sure have the original Paleo-American blood in us, but also those who were stolen from Africa post 1492 are also here. So we have to understand the waves of Africans. So everybody's right. And I'm watching them argue over each other. And I'm saying, but you're all right. Yes,
Right, right.
there is African blood that is the original human being, the Twa Mbuti, that we have inherited, not just from the Africans that were here, but from Native Americans who inherited the African legacy when they came here. Cherokee, Choctaw, Arapaho, Apache. Okay, they have black blood in them. But don't forget, there were black people here that don't look like the people that claim to be Native Americans. They look more like you and I.
Right.
Okay, but the wave of Africans that came post 1492 also happened, and Africans were enslaved. There is a history of that. And I think we're getting it twisted, and we're losing our African minds when we are historically off point by trying to make it seem like that enslavement didn't exist. It existed. It's just the way it is. That's history. But that's not to take away from the other waves of Africans that came. There were waves of Africans during the 1300s that left West Africa and came to America. But, you know, the point, to pick up from where we left off, brother, we have got to be very clear, even to the point that you speak about what do we call ourselves? What are we? Are we this? Are we that? The same is true is what happened to us as a people. I mean, did we come in the original years? I mean, there's evidence of Africans here that go back 100,000 years. There's evidence of a black woman in San Diego, California. Her bones dated 90 to 80,000 years ago.
Man.
So, we have to understand that we all have to sit down and share information. And instead of arguing with each other over who's right and who's wrong, let's put our information on the table and as a group come to a consensus of at least the science of what's going on and stop fighting amongst ourselves, particularly when some of us exhibit deep ignorance in terms of where we're coming from and why we're saying what it is that we're saying, because our children are watching us. And we must conduct ourselves in a way that they respect us. But we must act respectfully to get respect from them. And I believe we have to have open conversations and respect and love each other enough to let everybody's information go out there, and don't put somebody down because they may not think like you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?